This is head wrestling coach Shannon Aaron. We're going to try this virtual banquet. First, I'd like to give thank yous to my coaches, Andre Grant, Pete Hunter, and Tony Cook. I would also like to thank the Matt Stat Advisor, Coach Andre, and KK. I also like to thank the parents. Extra thanks for the food at the tournaments, the Pollard family and the D'Amico family. Thank you very much. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the season. I would say coming into the season, I knew it would be pretty tough because our football team would be playing late into the playoffs, which they did, and I knew a lot of our guys play football, so they would be late coming into the season. But the one thing I wasn't expecting is injuries, which we did have a few of those, but that was to be expected. Let's see. We started off with our first tournament being the Finley Duels, which we didn't have a full lineup, so we kind of struggled there. Our next big tournament was the Defiance Tri-State Tournament, which we had Rico took second at Defiance. Also, Vinny was sixth at Defiance. Dylan was fifth. Terrion did not wrestle. And our runner-up Rico champs was Josh Calderon, which was a highlight. One of his first tournament wins in a while, and the first for Kai at Defiance for his high school career. Also a champ at Defiance was Elijah, so pretty good tournament for those guys. Next up was the Gorman tournament, which we had Kai was fifth. Vinny was sixth at the Gorman. Dylan was eighth. Demarion was eighth. Terrion was fifth. And a repeat champion there was Rico. So good job at the Gorman tournament. Now, one of our toughest tournaments of the season is the Maumee Bay Classic, which we had, three placers. Rico was fourth. Elijah was eighth. And Demarion was eighth. So, three placers there, which is a very tough tournament. We'll talk a little bit about our conference. Our conference is one of the toughest, I think one of the toughest conferences in the state. I don't really think it's close. It's really tough. And we finished fourth overall and third in the River Division. So good job there. Our our champs at the SBC tournament. Rico took first. Elijah took first. And the other placers was Kai Kai, Calderon, Anthony D'Amico 5th, Dylan was 8th at conference, Terrion was 3rd at conference, Demarion was, let me see where he was. Demarion was 2nd at conference. Good job by him. Next, I want to give out the JV Participant Awards. Goes to 4 guys. Zach Stewart, Cameron Del Percio, Zach Prill, and Giselle Williams. Now, our first year varsity award winners, we had four freshmen that got in the lineup. Really tough for them getting in as freshmen, but it will pay off for them down the line. So, freshman Shadiq Wiley, Javion Johnson, DeCarvion Jones, and James Pujo. Our other first-year varsity award winner was a senior first-year wrestler, Jayden Willis. Great job by those guys. Second year varsity award winners finished up. DeAndre Darden finished up with a 20-7 record. I think the highlight, he just missed state by a match this year. Finished 5th at districts. He was a champ at sectionals, and he was 2nd at conference. The highlight probably earlier in the season, winning the Defiance tournament. Did a good job there, his first varsity tournament win. Congratulations to DeAndre Darden. Other second year, Demarion Dennison finished up with 28-17 record. Demarion was in a very tough weight class. He did a good job this year. And just both those guys are just sophomores, so I look forward to seeing them the next 2 years and see what they do. Our other second year is senior Terrion Stewart. I'll talk more about Terrion later. Did a great job this year. Only his second year wrestling and made the state again. Third year varsity award winners, Rico Cunningham did a great job this year, 35-4. We'll talk more about Rico later. A state qualifier once again, his 3rd time in just 3 years of wrestling. So great job by him. The next 3rd year varsity award winner had I think a much improved season. I believe it was like 5-8, only 13 matches last year. He went 21-16 this year, and that's Anthony D'Amico. Did a good job. He took 2nd at sectionals, which was really good. a runner-up there. Good job, Anthony. Other third year, Elijah Hunter went 32-4. Took third at state last year. Obviously, we didn't get to see what he would have done this year, but he was a state qualifier. And I think he would have had great things this year also, once we got down to the state tournament. Our other third year varsity award winner, Dylan Pollard, 31-16. Had a much improved season from last year. He pretty much placed at, I think, all our tournaments except for one, the Tough Maumee. Great job by Dylan this year. Our other third year varsity award winner, Josh Calderon, went 24-12. Big highlight this year is he won the Defiance tournament earlier in the season. Kind of dominated. Looked really, really good. Great job by Josh. We'll talk more about him also. And our last one, fourth year. This doesn't really always happen. 4 years on varsity. Congratulations to Vinny D'Amico. Finished with a record of 15-11 this year. Banged up, but still tough 4 years for him. He did a very good job. More about him later. That's all of our letters. Now let's get into the special awards. Let's start with Coach's Award. This award is, I decided to get to a guy in I think one of the toughest weight classes this year. Normally, this weight class is not always considered really tough, but it was at least 8, possibly 9 deep. You could have, a lot of those guys, if they were at a different district, probably would have made the state. And I think this young man has a promising future the next 2 years. Congratulations to Demarion Dennison. Great job. My next award we're going to give out is Most Improved, which I would say I think the whole team improved throughout the season. One guy in particular, I thought he really worked hard at practice, stayed after practice, did extra work. And just looking at one of his memorable matches, he was only up by a point or two going into the third period, and he was on top and the kid was on the bottom, and he rode the kid out for the whole third period and didn't give up a single point. And I thought it was a match he probably would have lost last year, and this year shows his improvement. Did a great job. His big turnaround was in his record. We didn't quite do what we wanted to do in the postseason, but his record went from last year he was 11-26. This year he went 31-16. Most Improved, Dylan Pollard. Congratulations. This next one, go with most exciting match. And I chose this match because he lost against the kid the week before at sectionals in the semifinal match. Tough match. Things didn't quite go his way, but good week of practice, and he came back in the third and fourth place match and pinned the kid, and that was against Toledo Central Catholic. Most exciting match goes to Terrion Stewart. Congratulations. The next few here are pretty much self-explanatory. Most takedowns and most wins goes to the same person, and that is senior Rico Cunningham. Great job this year. Congratulations. And this other one, self-explanatory, most pins. Probably possibly could have had more at the state tournament coming up. And that goes to Elijah Hunter. Now the last award, we don't kind of know where to single one individual out, because normally you go on who's had the best year, and that doesn't happen until the end of the season, which we never did make it to with the cancellation of the state tournament. So, and that's the MVP award. So I made it pretty simple and chose my 3 guys that made the state. All 3 state qualifiers. MVP, Elijah Hunter, Rico Cunningham, and Terrion Stewart. Congratulations, guys. Good job. And our final here is to talk about our seniors and their accomplishments throughout these last few years on the team. Our first senior, just a first-year wrestler, varsity letter winner. Thought he did a good job this year with being his first year. There's only so much you can do and learn. He competed hard. He did a good job. And that's Jaden Willis. One of my other seniors who's going to be leaving us did a great job all 3 years. 3-year letterman, 2-time SBC placer. He won the Defiance this year, and he's a former NOL champion when we were in the NOL league. And that's Josh Calderon. The next senior, 2-time state qualifier, 2-time SBC placer, 2-year letterman, 2-time district placer. Only wrestled a couple years. Did a great job these years. And I look forward to seeing him play at BG. Terrion Stewart. Our second to last senior, a little banged up this year. Did a great job all 4 years. You don't never see a 4-year letterman normally. Just cracking the lineup, especially at those upper weight classes. 2-time district placer, 2-time SBC placer, 3-time sectional placer. We're going to miss him, Vinny D'Amico. Our last senior that's going to be leaving us did not wrestle his freshman year. He's a 3-year letterman, wrestled the last 3 years. Each time he was a state qualifier, 3-time district placer, 3-time SBC placer, 2020 SBC champion, 2020 state record pin with 3 seconds. That's going in the books. And he also won his best tournament is the Mansfield Gorman. He's a 2-time champion there. Rico Cunningham. That's our seniors. We're going to miss them greatly. Great job, guys. Great careers. and look forward to see what you guys do in the future. That's it for our virtual banquet for wrestling. Thank you guys, and be safe.